Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Era. In this video I will discuss about the term JVM architecture, that is Java Virtual Machine Architecture. So friends, if you are learning Java programming language, then you must have a command on this JVM architecture, because all the internal implementation details, all the important details regarding Java programming language is given in a great details inside this JVM architecture. So in order to explain these entire JVM architecture in as much details as possible, I have divided this entire concept into 3 to 4 parts. So just by telling the long form of JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine, question arises that what is virtual machine? So friends, virtual machine is nothing but software simulation of the machine which can perform operation like the physical machine. Example, just consider this calculator. This is the calculator which will perform the same operation, same mathematical operation like our calculator that we use in our college for performing mathematical operation. So in our case, that physical machine is nothing but the calculator, and the software simulation which is provided by the Windows based calculator is nothing but the virtual calculator. So talking about the types, there are two types of virtual machine: hardware based virtual machine and software or application or process based virtual machine. So first type, that is hardware based virtual machine. So friends, hardware based virtual machine is nothing but such a virtual machine which provides different logical system on the same machine with the strong isolation from each other is nothing but the hardware based virtual machine. Meaning, just consider the machines or computers or laptops before the year 20, before the year 2000s, or in the early age of 1990s. At that time, when you purchase the Windows based operating systems computer, then you need to purchase separate computer based upon that Windows operating system. And if you need to purchase the computer based upon the Linux operating system, then you need to purchase another separate computer based upon that Linux operating system. But nowadays, on the same machine, I can run Linux based operating system, I can run Windows based operating system. In simpler terms, in our machine we have two accounts: one account for Windows based operating system, another account for Linux based operating system. But when I will work on Windows based operating system, Linux based operating system will not create any problem. Similarly, when I am working on Linux based operating system, Windows based operating system will not create any problem when I am working with Linux operating system, because of the strong isolation provided with the help of this hardware based virtual machine. Examples of this hardware based virtual machine is nothing but VMware or VirtualBox, that we nowadays we are using these softwares in a large amount in order to use 2 to 3 operating system in a single machine. The main advantage of this hardware based virtual machine is the effective utilization of hardware resources. I mean simply because in the year before 2000 we were purchasing different computers for different operating system. That's why it is saving cost, also utilizing hardware resources. So that was the hardware virtual machine. Now software based virtual machine. The software based virtual machine is nothing but the runtime engine which executes particular programming language application. For example, JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine, is acts as a runtime engine to execute Java based application. The parrot shape icon which you can see on the screen, it is nothing but the parrot VM, that is which acts as a runtime engine to execute Perl scripting language. Again another icon, that is CLR. It is nothing but common language runtime, which acts as a runtime engine to execute the .NET based Java application. Sorry, .NET based application. So this is the software based virtual machine. Now talking about the JDK, that is Java Development Kit, it can be summarized by the two section. The left section, which you can see, it is Java C, that is Java compiler used for compilation purpose, and the right portion is, that is JRE, which is used as an execution engine, not execution engine, but it is used for runtime environment to execute this .class file, and it is executed with the help of this JVM. Now the simple process is like that we have source code file, that is .java file, Java C, that is Java compiler, which I just showed you in the left section diagram of this JDK. It is used for compiling this .java file. After that, it will create .class file, that is bytecode file. Now this .class file will be executed by this JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine. Now again question arises that what is there inside this JVM which is executing .class file? How this JVM execute .class file? What is there inside it? This question's answers can be summarized with the help of this diagram. Now this JVM architecture diagram, which you can see, can be summarized with the three sections: class loader subsystem, memory areas, and execution engine. These are the three main building blocks of JVM architecture. In simpler terms, if I tell you the flow, the .class file will be loaded inside the memory areas with the help of this class loader subsystem, and in order to execute that .class file which are stored inside these memory areas, execution engine will execute that .class file and we will get the machine code. This is the simple flow of this diagram. But how it is done inside this class loader subsystem, inside these memory areas, what is there inside the execution engine, how Java is providing security, how many types of class loader are there, how many types of memories areas are there, what is there inside execution engine, this can be explained. This I will explain in great details, not a great details, in as much details as possible in the next 2 to 3 videos. So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.